A review of the ETI 5 or 6 inch color preference downlight. Um, I'll show you what I did to install it and talk about a few of the features. To make it easier, I did a mock-up of a ceiling. So these are 2x6 for framing. One of the features of this is it has a junction box built on, and in a 2x6 ceiling, it's just at 4 inches deep from the roofing sheetrock or whatever you've got to the top, which gives you just about 2 inches of clearance. So it's insulation contact rated. So the nice thing is that you can pack insulation over the top of it. It's a spring loaded. With the junction box, there is one thing, because the wiring is stiff, you may have to do a little playing around with your electrical wire because it'll tend to slide around, and that would be really easy to end up with this thing not quite covering the hole. I drilled a 6-inch hole to put this in so that you understand if the wiring is really tough, it'll open up a pretty sizable opening in the hole, and what that means is you will have a chimney effect in the winter and lose a lot of heat. So that can be a bad thing. What I was forced to do was kind of dogleg the wiring a little bit to get it to slide into place, but that's pretty easily done, so you can end up with it centered where you need. There is a gasket. You kind of have to watch when you're putting it in, make sure that's centered in so it'll give you a good seal. Installation was not hard. This is a pre-select for your color range, and you'll see the little switch right back here. One nice thing is, because it's spring loaded, you can get your fingers in, pop it out, and then switch that. If you decide you don't like daylight or warm, you can go 4 different temperature settings. Not hard to install. I will say it says 5 or 6 inch, but the way the spring legs are, unless you want to wiggle it to get it into position, you actually need a 6-inch hole. I did not try drilling a 5-inch hole to see if I could wiggle one clamp leg in and then the other. I have a feeling that would probably work. But if you're replacing existing lights, this will fit right through your 6-inch can light hole. I will say that I've been up in my attic to take a look at that, and I was going to try and remove the can from inside the room, and that just wasn't going to work. And it does have a junction box cover, which I'll put on later. But in general, a good amount of light, and I got one of these plus a set of 4. They're identical lights whether you get the quantity 1 or the 4 group. I have 6 holes, but the 6th hole is going to have a ceiling fan. This is going to end up in my kitchen, and I think this is going to look really good.